really want is something beautiful to say. All I really want is something beautiful to say.
Hey Rockheads, it's Tea to Smash. We are live at Carolina Rebellion 2014 Backstage with Shaun from Seether. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome.
How's it going?
It's been a hot minute since we've seen you. I think you were 3 years ago here. Was it 3?
Yeah, most likely, because we haven't toured properly in about 2 years.
Yeah, so you're getting ready to release your next album in July, right?
Yeah, July 1st.
And it's Medicate and
Isolate and Medicate, yeah.
Okay. I had to ask you a question because your last album that you did. Now, explain to me, because I know you left a different label.
Oh yeah.
And it's your dog taking a huge dump on the cover.
It's not.
And I wish
I could have got a picture of mine.
It's not your dog. I was told it was your dog.
It's the same type of dog, but my dog was a little bit more secretive. Like, he would go into the forest and he would be all coy about it. So I'd take photos of him taking a dump every day, and I was like, "Come on,
picture
dude."
taken while they're
Well, he knew he
taking
wasn't allowed to
shit.
take a dump on the lawn, so he would, like, So I had to find a picture online. But I think the point of the way we felt about that album came across in the artwork.
Well, why
the end
is
of that
that?
relationship with Wind Up. I mean, we didn't want to do that thing, man. We wanted to.
You were forced.
I think a greatest hits thing is a cash cow for record companies.
You know, when I was wondering, because I've talked to you before, and I was wondering why you ended up doing that, and I kind of figured it was forced.
I mean, I think people don't really buy greatest hits anymore. I think it was certainly not in this stage of someone's career. I think maybe 20, 30 years down the line, that's different. But and it was just, Wind Up Records is not really the record company they used to be once upon a time. So we're glad to be somewhere else now. We're with Concord, and they're awesome, and the people are great, and they believe in us, and they support us, and so there's not much we could ask for right now. And I mean, we got sold off without so much as even being told about it. And then the next thing is we found out from like a press release and a phone call from our management saying, "Oh, hey, by the way, you're on a new label now." And we were like, "Whoa!" And this is right while we're busy writing music, supposed to start recording in a month down the line, and so it was pretty weird. It was just pretty scary, but they didn't have any respect for us, even to the point where they would say, "Hey, so thank you guys for everything, and we're gonna make a whole bunch of money off you now, and we'll see you later." Nothing.
That's insane, because it's so important to have a good team, that support you and back you up. You know what I mean?
Well, that just proves how bad Wind Up was. I mean, now we have a team that's really great, and we have radio people that are awesome, and it just feels like we've taken a whole step forward in as far as record companies go in our career, and it's like, I think it's great. At first, it was nerve-wracking because, again, we didn't know what they did, and most of their catalog is like old stuff, like Ella Fitzgerald and Ray Charles, and they have Paul McCartney, but it's like it's nothing like what we do, so we didn't know if we'd fit in or what we were supposed to do, and turns out everybody's awesome. The record company's really behind us, and they got a really great rock department, so we're excited.
That's great. Well, I'm glad it's working out for you. So tell me, the new album, is it going to be anything different than what we can expect from Seether?
I think so. I mean, I think it's going to be, it's always going to have elements of what we do, and I think there's some stuff that's a lot heavier than we've done in a long time, which is good because I think we were kind of annoyed at the state of rock and roll music right now, but so we just went in and did whatever we felt was right, and I think it's pretty melodic, and I think it's just guitar heavy, it's not
it's what you guys do best, though.
I mean, it's just three guys in a room making noise.
Well, speaking of which, did you get another member, or is it just someone touring?
We have a touring guy. We have a guy called Brian Wickman. He was our guitar tech for like 3.5, 4 years. And when we thought we were going to bring somebody in to just make the live sound bigger again, and because we don't like to use tape or anything, and that would have been an easy.
Which a lot of artists don't do that, and I wish that they would be more.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean everybody uses tape these days, and it's awful. But so we decided, well, instead of using tape, which would have been the easy way out, we'd hire somebody else in, and Brian's working out real well. He's doing vocals, and he's throwing down, and I think it's cool. I mean, I always like the extra visual element as well of having 4 guys. 3-piece is cool and all, but ultimately it does leave something lacking if you don't, like other 3-piece bands out there right now.
The larger than life sound.
They are adding stuff with tape, and so I don't want to do that. I'd rather have musicians doing it.
So are you going to maybe eventually put them on as a permanent fixture?
I don't know. Every time we've done that, it's been like it fails.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I'm gonna even have an opinion about that yet. I mean, ultimately, if it works out, that could be great. But it's just I think the 3 of us that work together as the core right now work really well, and the songwriting's going really well. Is that and then once you start adding people in, and it's like you involuntarily have to deal with somebody else's ego, whether it's a big one or a small one, and both are equally bad to deal with. The small ego is almost more difficult to deal with than a big one because the small one needs to be so nurtured and pampered.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have the time for this. So yeah, I think it's working out really well right now, and I think that's we all have an understanding that that's what it is. He's a friend of ours, and it's cool.
I'm sure
he doesn't
he's
have to get up
super
early and load it
stoked.
anymore. So
Yeah.
he's,
Right.
He's super stoked.
Super
He's not
stoked.
pushing cases at the end of the night. He's been promoted, and I think that's good for now. I mean, and that's pretty much what the setup will
It's
be for
working,
next
don't
2 years.
change it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about your, is it Rise Up Festival that you have? Is it Rise Up?
Rise Above. Yeah.
Rise Above Festival you have coming up, and it's about suicide and raise awareness. And so, is that something that you personally had a friend of yours or something?
Yeah, my brother died.
Oh, your brother did?
Yeah,
Okay.
my brother committed suicide in
I'm sorry to hear
2007,
that.
and took a couple of years to get over it, and then we tried to, I decided I wanted to turn that into something positive, and so he was the catalyst for the festival.
Yeah.
We had a first one 2 years ago, which was really well received, and then we had some political issues with the venue last year, so we couldn't pull it off. But then this year we moved the venue to somewhere in Bangor, at the waterfront, and we got Avenged Sevenfold on the bill this year.
Yeah, I saw that. I also saw an article the other day about a listener that just committed suicide, and did you see that? And blamed it on Avenge's music, which we all know that's not.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunately that's like one of the things that comes with this job is like somebody can blame it on your music, or they can say it saved their life. So it's
It's
I mean, I don't know, it's horrible to hear from anyone or about anybody. I don't think that you can ever blame music for that kind of thing.
No,
I mean,
you
certainly
can't.
it's a very powerful tool to help you through tough times or whatever. But I don't think you can ever say, well, this is why I'm killing myself because of this music. Just stop listening to it.
Right.
It's really simple. That's a choice.
Yeah.
I think people that actually hurt themselves or kill themselves or there's something serious going on.
Yeah.
And then there must be a desperate sense of loneliness, because if that's the only thing you can think of doing to solve whatever pain you're going through, that's brutal. So we're trying to raise awareness, and it's the number one killer of kids between 12 and 15 right now in the States.
Isn't that so scary?
Yeah. I mean, the 12-year-olds are killing themselves. That's disgusting.
12. I wasn't even thinking about anything when I was 12 except playing outside with my friends.
I mean, I don't
and maybe boys.
I didn't even have a pube when I was 12. So I mean, it's like for me, I only started thinking real sad stuff when I got real emo at about 15. But it's the fact that kids even as young as 10 and 8 are taking their own lives is disgusting. And no one talks about it. No one cares about it. So we're trying to raise that and trying to give these kids a voice. And we're going to start our own foundation after this festival, and just try and do as much good as we can.
I think that's awesome. That's a great thing you guys are doing. Do you get a lot of fan mail from your listeners talking about stuff like that, or telling you your music saved my life? That's got to be such pressure for you too.
It's all pressurizing. Like,
a little bit.
No, every time I do something, I have to think about what I say.
Yeah.
No, we do. I mean, but it's not. It's mostly it's positive stuff, and it's great to hear it. It does put a little pressure on you, but ultimately, first and foremost, we've always said that I don't write this music for other people. The fact that we have fans, that's great, but I don't write songs with you in mind. I write these songs to save my own life.
Right.
So, and to keep myself sane, and thankfully we have fans that allow us to keep doing it for a living. But it's not like so I can't stop saying what I have to say for myself just because I'm afraid of what might happen.
Absolutely.
I mean, that would be irresponsible to myself and to other people. And I think it's my responsibility stops at myself. And honestly, I can't be responsible for somebody else's lives, because I mean that's way too much pressure.
Yeah.
And that would drive me to drink really hard.
Right. So did music save your life?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I remember being 19 and I had a gun to my head and I was gonna shoot myself, and then I sat and wrote a song instead. And my mother came home and found me lying on, like, I'd passed out on my bed, and the gun was still lying on the pillow next to me. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I'm well aware of all these kinds of things, and music certainly does keep me alive, and especially when I can express myself in that way. So it's I understand
your
it.
outlet.
Yeah.
So it just blows my mind that those kids out there can't find something like, whether it's music or working out or four-wheeling or whatever it is for an outlet.
I mean, also this world is so mean, and
really
everybody's so powerful on the internet with their anonymity, and it's like, well, if you allow somebody that doesn't have a face to make you feel that bad about yourself, then first of all, that says a lot about how we as people see ourselves. And secondly, when everyone's ganging up like all these these Facebook profiles, and I mean all that stuff, I think is completely evil and unnecessary. I don't need to know that you just had a breakfast burrito I don't need to know.
Or take a picture of your
Yeah,
food you just
I
cooked.
don't need to see another 1,000 photos of you in the mirror going, oh, I'm so sensitive. I don't need to see your baby pictures.
Yeah.
I don't need to see your dog taking a dump.
Actually, we kind of want to see that if you could do that.
But what I'm saying is it's just basically, it's like, I think it's far too invasive, and I think what's going to happen is, I mean, some comedians said it's like 1,000 years from now, some alien's going to come down and go, holy cheese. It's like every single person on this planet thought they were super important, and you're not. I'm sorry. No, I mean, I don't think everybody's that important, and I certainly don't care what you do every day.
Yeah.
I don't care what I do every day. I don't care for you to know what I do every day. And I just feel that there's this massive sort of like, I am so awesome and so important. Look at what I'm doing with my day. I don't care. And I think it's going to start happening. People are going to get bored. There's so much information.
Well, I think people are already bored, and that's why they're going to Facebook, kind of like, oh, I'm so bored.
And harassing other kids and bullying other people and trying to take out their own inadequacies on other people. I'm just saying it's like there's going to be an implosion or an explosion or both at the same time, and it's going to be something ugly. And we're seeing it already all over around the world. That girl in Canada with the notes, and the other girl that was stalked by the 40-something-year-old Canadian weirdo, and then all over the States as well. I mean, kids are being bullied to the point where the only thing that they can think of is to kill themselves. Social media sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And it's unfortunate, too, because the schools, unfortunately, don't do anything about it to the point.
The schools are so apathetic, but also so is the government about the schools. So it's like,
we could
it
talk
just trickles
on and
down.
on about this, but at least you guys are doing something to make awareness.
We'll do our best. If we can at least make a couple of kids think about it twice, that'll be awesome.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to the album come out. I'm a big fan of you guys. Are you ever going to do an acoustic tour? Because that's my favorite. I love when you do acoustic.
We just did an
no
acoustic
pressure,
tour.
but can you just do one show for me and come to North Carolina, please?
We did an acoustic
in my house
tour.
Personally, just do an acoustic tour for my friends and me.
I personally, we could do that.
I'm thinking if I ask, you might say yes.
All we need is we just need a couple of bottles of Tito's, a couple packs of cigarettes, and we'll show up anyway.
Okay, done. I'll pencil you in. I'm a little busy next month, but maybe the month after I'll pencil you.
No, we would like to, but we just did one in Europe about a year and a half ago. We did one we toured Germany and some European countries, and it was cool because we played in these old cathedrals, so these old massive Gothic. It was pretty crazy, like sitting in a cathedral, drinking and smoking and playing rock music. I was like, this is really bizarre, but it was cool, and I mean, it was just weird. I don't think people understood what it was going to be, but I'd like to do an acoustic tour at some point.
Well, I was going to ask you because Europe is known for they're such rockers over there. You know what I mean, and they're into the really heavy stuff too.
Yeah.
Did they take to the acoustic? Okay.
It was cool. I mean, the Germans were crazy. Like we played in this one little tiny chapel one night. It was maybe like 200 people, and they started moshing and freaking out and stage diving while we were playing
during acoustic.
I love Germany. These people are amazing.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a fun time. I mean, it's obviously a different side of us, but
but I love what I love about your acoustic shows is that it's just this raw. It's very emotional, and I just love that. Like but that's what I think sets you guys aside from a lot of other active rock bands that sound the same as every other active rock band. You know what I mean?
We can actually play acoustic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like.
It's true though.
But there's a lot of guys. I'm sorry. It's like that's another horrible trend about music is the chopping of Pro Tools to make somebody sound like they can do something, and then they rely on those chopped up Pro Tools files to sound like they can sound like a band.
Or when they're doing it on live with the recordings, and then something gets fucked up. And I mean,
it's like now we can't play anymore because our tapes have gone down.
It's all bad. So it's like crazy. But I just love you guys, and I'm looking forward to the album. And please think about an acoustic tour, please.
We will definitely.
And the invitation is still there.
I appreciate
cigarettes and alcohol. I got this.
That's all we need.
I'll even feed ya. So, all right, everybody. This is Shaun from Seether. The new album comes out July 1st.
Yeah.
July 1st. So, thank you.
Thank you.